Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris. In our Roma Galactica series, does this screen look familiar? Might I ask? I did some off-camera ship modification just because I opened the last episode with like 5 or 10 minutes of ship modification. I didn't want to open 2 episodes in a row doing that, and it was mostly just kind of following feedback that I got from the commenters on the previous video. So here is what I've done. I'm going to go through my ships really quickly, but in general, first of all, I have allowed for power excesses. Now what this does is that it does make the ships more expensive. I was trying to eliminate power excess so that ships would be cheaper. So it's kind of a give and take. It's a playstyle choice, but we're going to see what it's like when we have this. For instance, right here, the Corvette has a plus 1% power damage boost or excess power boost from having just 22 extra power. And so you're not going to see me using anything less than level 4 reactors. And of course, we're about to have level 5 reactors available to us. Also, another piece of advice that I implemented was anywhere that I could have 2 lesser class shields, like smaller as opposed to 1 medium. So 2 small as opposed to 1 medium, or 2 medium as opposed to 1 large. I have done that with shields because the shield regeneration, notice it's 2.4 and 2.4 here. If I were to go to... let's say we did a medium-sized level 3 shield. Notice the shield regeneration is 4. So you actually get better shield regeneration if you use 2. So I appreciate that tip as well. And then beyond that, I've just rearranged the weapons a little bit. I have kind of taken off the blue lasers because, as someone rightly pointed out, they're pretty weak right now. And I've replaced them mostly with plasma throwers because plasma throwers, seem to be pretty damn awesome. So let's take a look at the Aurelius. Well, this is the Aurelius, actually. And then the Justinian class destroyer. So again, we've just got Gauss cannons up here. We have 1 little piece of armor, and then mostly shields on this destroyer. And then the Tiberius is a little bit more armored because this is a heavy gunship. This thing is going to go charging into battle doing lots of damage, so it's got a little bit more armor and armor regeneration instead of a shield capacitor because, well, that's what our power could afford. But then, of course, we have 2 shields on it as well. And remember what I said a moment ago about 2 lesser size shields. So that's actually better than 1 medium shield right there. And so that's the Tiberius. Let's also have a look at... did we look at the Justinian? Yes, we looked at the Justinian. Very good. So let's cruise down to the Hadrian class cruiser. Now we're starting to transition away from shields at this point. Notice the broadside bow now has plasma throwers on the front, and then the broadside stern still has a Gauss cannon. And we've got both a shield capacitor and regenerative hull tissue here. And we also have extra power, so it's not going to help us that much. Actually, it's not going to help us at all at plus 5. But I think the Trajan class has more extra power. Yes, it does. So check that out. We're getting a plus 2% damage bonus from 75 extra power. And again, mostly armor here. I've got the 2 medium shields just to, again, use the lesser slots. And we've got these 2, again, we've got the regenerative hull tissue and the shield capacitor. And then up here we have still the large Gauss cannon on the artillery bow. But then the broadside is mostly Gauss cannons with a disruptor to bring down shields, and then plasma throwers in order to hit armor. So this thing still does a diversity, or a diverse, does a diversity? You know what I mean. It does a diverse array of damage. And then down here we have the Augustus, almost done. We've got the Augustus class battleship, which has a bit of a power bonus, but not enough to give it any bonus, or actually give it any bonuses. This thing has armor and large shields. This thing is going to go charging into the thick of battle because it's got this point defense on it. It's also our carrier unit, so we want this thing to be armored and shielded. And then finally, the Julius class actually has a little bit more armor than shielding, which is normal at this level. And then you've got still a shield capacitor and regenerative hull tissue, and then a wide array, once again, of weapons. I did retool it slightly to favor the plasma throwers because, again, they're pretty awesome weapons right now, and we're about to be able to upgrade them. So that's what we've done. Now, I also would like to go ahead at the beginning of this episode and start queuing up new colony ships. Now, this colony ship is going where? I can't quite tell yet. I think we sent him... let's let that colony ship build and remember where he's going. Oh, what's this? Who died? Aw, damn. Leader of our main fleet. Leader of Classis Minensis, no less. Missinensis, rather. Let's see. I want... ooh, weapons range. Not a bad idea. That would be handy against the enigmatic fortress, too, if we could stay out of range a little bit of the fortress when we do attack it. Also like the idea of using Tatiana Alexiev here because of these combat speed and sublight speed modifiers. I like cautious. Let's go with that because we're going to need that soon. Meng Mao, you're the new leader. And yeah, let's go ahead and do some more upgrades. We're going to keep an eye on the ship, on the fleet power. And let's go ahead and unpause. 8530 and 16.1k. We'll see if these go up or down. I would imagine they might kind of hover around the same numbers.
Ships upgraded.
All right, that went up.
Survey complete. Anomaly found.
Okay, research that, please. Oh, okay, we're waiting on the spaceport because this is building a colony ship. So we need to see where that thing's going, and then we can send out a bunch more colonies. All right, so this is upgrading now. Let's see how long it goes. Ooh, gigantic skeleton. Let's look into that real quick. We also have research. Oh, nice. Now we have access. Perfect. Now we should be getting even more influence in per turn because we have over 5 strategic resources. Let's have a quick look at our faction screen really fast just to see if that kicked in. I really think that clicking on the faction on the list should pull up the faction on the main list. I'm just saying. Interesting. We don't have this yet. Has it not kicked in yet? It should. That's definitely more than 5 strategic resources. Not sure what's going on there. Okay, now we have access finally to terraforming, and we can start terraforming some of the worlds in the immediate vicinity to be a little bit more adaptable for us. Now, interesting choices ahead of us in the society chain. Leader lifespan plus 10 years is tempting. This is also going to open up the biological path of ascension, which frankly, I think I want. So let's go ahead and go for that. Ascension path, hell yes. And actually that might open up some perks as well next time we have one available. Speaking of perks, we're 46 months away from the next tradition. I really am curious as to why we're not getting that bonus. Oh wait, here we go. Here we go. So now we want they want strategic resource dominion. We actually didn't. We don't seem to have gotten more influence from them. I guess we're maxed out with how much influence we're getting from them. The large factions, with the exception of the Alien Aid Trust, are all happy. So faction-wise, we're not doing too terribly at the moment. Now, where is this colony ship going? Okay, it's heading to Baltris, which makes perfect sense because we've got that world there. Let's have a look and see what we can terraform now. For instance, Ophioglia. We can terraform this to a desert or savanna world. I don't think there's anything we can terraform to be a bit more habitable to us just yet. We need to research better terraforming technology, of course. But I'm just double checking to make sure there's nothing I've forgotten about, like a random ocean world nearby, perhaps. That's a savanna, that's an Arctic desert. So right now, the terraforming technology that we have allows us to terraform a planet within its class. So if it's an icy world, you can transform it into another one of the icy world types. So you can transform it from an Arctic to a... oh man, what's the word? It's basically like a highlands planet. I can't quite remember. Is there a way to see it? Hang on, let's look at the expansion planner and see if there's a list. So there's tundra, there's Arctic, and then what's alpine? Yes, that word, alpine. So there's those 3, and then of course there is the arid, desert, and savanna combination. So you can kind of change the worlds in between those. You need higher level technology to actually change worlds into different types of planets. So before you guys get excited and say, oh my god, dude, terraform Mars, I can't wait. We can't do it yet. Can't do it yet. So let's just keep the game moving. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this moon? What? Okay, whoa, 2 things at once. What the hell? Research. Research. 2 in rapid succession right next to each other. Matsonia 9A and Matsonia 9. Nice. All right, so now I have access to assist research, which might have unlocked some other cool technologies. The plasma accelerator technology is tempting. Then again, so is the UV laser. But we're actually using... See, these are upgrades for all of our weapons. Let's go ahead and go for the plasma accelerator because that seems to be a popular weapon with both me and you, shall we say. Now, I said I was going to set up some new colonies. Let's go ahead and do that before I get too distracted once more. Man, we need to colonize further out here, too. There's lots of worlds that we could take. Oh, man, look at all of them. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and colonize within our borders. We need to expand our colonizing ability. So let's land not there, but somewhere. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad spot to land. This could be better, though. Again, you're going to get bonuses to all... No, we're going to land right there. Okay, so this is going to be Nyamba. Is it Arctis that we're going with? I don't have my list in front of me. Hang on. No, it's Glacius. We did this last episode. I haven't colonized that many Arctic planets yet because we haven't had access to them, but now we do. So I'm going to keep the game paused for just a second while I queue up another couple of projects. This is a 23-slot Tundra world. We're definitely going to colonize that with humans. For those of you confused as to why I'm using humans, habitability will go up. We're going to research more technologies, and we're going to do better on these worlds in the future. Actually, wait, is that the best spot for a colony ship? And also, let's use Barnard Continentum so we can produce multiple ships at once. Yeah, let's put it there. And this is a Savannah world, so it's going to be called... What? Excuse me while I stare at my list. Oh yeah, this is Urba. Zarmaton Urba. All right, so that's that. And there's a few others. Which do I want most? Let me go ahead and get those colonized first so that these are cheaper to colonize. And then we have one out here, a desert world, that I hope we can get before the Kingdom of Yonderim gets to it. I kind of want to go ahead and fly out there because that's a 25-slot desert world. We can eventually terraform that into something a little bit different if it were within our territory and we hadn't colonized it yet. Alpha Centauri. All right, this desert world, we've looked at that many, many times. We can't colonize it yet. Words. We can't do that just yet because of a particular debuff that is on that planet. Okay, we've got lots of worlds here. I'm going to go for the largest first. We've got Shorax 3, which is a 19-slot world. Suizuno 3 is a 21-slot desert world. Oh, we got a 24-slot tundra world in Atlas. So let's go ahead and do that. It's actually... Is it close to our main planet? Atlas Continentum is over here. So this is going to be Atlas... And a tundra world is named what now? Can't see this. 1 second. Pruine. Like prune. Okay. I'm just not going to question the list anymore. No one else is questioning it. I'm not going to question it. So, let's go ahead and... Yeah, this is going to be... You heard it here first. There we go. All right, so those colony ships are being queued up. Interesting. And we have this one here. Yeah, that's right. We've got a 3-system. All right, we're out of influence, though, so we can't do... Or we got a 3-planet system here. So this is arid, this is Arctic, and that's arid. And we've got another desert world here. So let's let our influence build up for a bit while those colonies establish themselves. They're all within sectors, so they will auto-manage and generally take care of themselves. Nice, we got some physics research. We're going to keep the game on fast speed for a bit. Oh, what's this? Ooh, this is handy. I've gotten this one before, it's just been a while. Science ship RSS Zephyr came up short with regard to its original mission of investigating possible activity on the frozen surface of Matsonia 9. There is seemingly nothing of note but ice and rock. However, Science Officer Ablash Kosana, a self-proclaimed gourmet chef and history buff, claims to have made an important discovery. A chemical compound found in the surface ice layers in several regions of Matsonia 9 is supposedly closely related to human stellar salt, an ingredient integral to many traditional human dishes and thought extinct on Earth. It has long been speculated that human stellar salt was never native to our homeworld, but was brought to the surface by some meteorite impacts in the distant past. The science officer's discovery on Matsonia 9 lends some credence to this theory, though Ablash Kosana leans heavily on properties described in ancient cookbooks predating modern chemistry to prove the saline connection. Whether the salt, analyzed and synthesized, actually tastes like the human stellar salt of old is ultimately of little consequence. Just the idea of traditional foods now possessing more historically accurate flavor profiles is bound to stimulate both the human economy and palate. So, extra happiness for 10 years. How about it? I could have just said that and clicked the button. But I enjoy reading things. All right, Classis Missinensis, I think they were at 16.1. Now they're at 16.3 with the new upgrades. Also, we do need to continue building ships as well. So let's see what we've got here. Classis Missinensis has 5 Augustus-class battleships and 5 Julius-class battleships. And then 10 Trajan-class and 10 Hadrian-class. And then 10 Justinian-class. So we need more destroyers for Classis Missinensis. How many colony ships do we have queued up here? 2. All right. Let's look one more time. I forgot. All right, we've got Justinian-class. I need the other. Sirius Continentum. Let's go ahead and build Tiberius-class destroyers. These are going to join with Classis Missinensis. We're going to continue upgrading that fleet. Now, we don't have that much more naval capacity to be upgrading our fleet with. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. But as our population expands here, we will also see an expansion to our naval power. I mean, we're establishing a lot of new colonies quickly. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, we lost our... Oh, Guillermo Vasquez. Rest in peace. Buddy, that sucks. All right, so... Yeah, see, this is one of the reasons that I was thinking, you know, maybe I'll leave these guys to, you know, still be leaders. Because these are our subservient race. And everyone has been super, super against me purging them. Number one, don't worry. If I did purge them, it wouldn't be a purge. It would be displacement. But evidently, that's not even a popular option. And to be frank, I'm not very keen on it myself. I was just kind of shooting off at the mouth, if you will, when we were talking about purging them. Floating different possibilities, because that's what this game is all about. You can do all kinds of different things. So let's go ahead. What projects do we have open right now in research? Actually, this would be perfect, because it is a Voidcraft tech that is currently being researched. Let's go ahead and recruit that scientist. And now we have only 5 months remaining until that is complete. Excellent. And 2 months remaining until all of our leaders live for 10 months longer by default. There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. Almost looks like writing. Oh, too many colonized systems. I'm guessing Figazar got colonized. Yes, it did. So this is going to be... Tell you what, I'm going to do it. This is a little bit contrived. I wouldn't normally build 2 sectors this close together. But, again, this is Ratia. This is silly. This is just for the sake of narrative, purely. No, not... I need sectors, damn it. There we go. Create new sector. Okay, so that's actually going to go into Ratia. And now we're going to call this new sector... Noricum. Now, how many more leader slots do we have? Not many. So I can't go too crazy with the governors. I don't normally... I think I said this in the last episode, but let me just repeat it. I don't normally go this crazy for governors on sectors. It's a habit that I've been in this particular series, so I stuck with it, kind of. All right, let's go ahead and add that to that sector. Excellent. Now we have some more colonies we need to establish. But first I want to make sure that all of our... Yeah, we have another colony ship on the way out at Earth. Where are you guys going? Oh, cool. We need to do a new society research project. All right, so someone's going to colonize Niamba. And then someone's going to colonize this world right here. And that's going to enable us to conquer those. So, or to colonize those. So, I do want to colonize Piscus 2. Let's go ahead and take care of Piscus 2, because that world needs to be colonized yesterday. It does, unfortunately, have hostile fauna, so actually humans will not be able to colonize that. Forgot about that. We would have to colonize this with our... We'd have to colonize it with the Gurites. Now, they would do a lot better. We could allow them to colonize the world with the hostile fauna. That seems somehow appropriate for our subservient race. Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Let's start giving them a slightly larger role. We're not going to purge them, so let's start integrating them and let them have another planet. This is Piscus, and this is going to be an arid world, so Piscus Aridus. Very good. Just the one for now. Just the one. Looks like we have something going on up here, too. Okay. Now, are all of you joining the... Yes, you are. Good, they're joining Classis Missinensis appropriately. Fascinating. All right, we have new projects to pick. Hydroponics Farm 3. That's tempting just to get it out of the way. Then again, so is Energy Siphon. Biolab 3 and 4 for additional society research, which we really don't need. Slave armies. Don't need that right now either. Let's go ahead and research Uplift just because it's a small tech. It'll be done in 6 months, especially with Dr. Jeeb researching it. And then we have... See, here's our improved fighter and bomber wings. So these might actually replace the flagella when we get them. Battleship assembly yards. Missiles. I don't really want a new weapon type there. Impulse thrusters are tempting. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for improved strike craft first. We have a construction ship on pause. What else can you do? Anything down here? No. Oh, here's a world we can colonize. Go ahead and do that. It's right on the border of our space. I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually lose that to the Tendrakians, but for now, that's quite nice. And then I want you to come over here and improve those two systems. Okay, so it looks like there's some overlapping going on right now, as a matter of fact, with some of our construction ships. There is a significant amount of debris in orbit around this gas giant. Okay, so it looks like we might have a ship graveyard. All right, so it looks like we have a new core world here, Baltris Glacius, which is quite nice. Let's go ahead and start improving that. Now, I can't do too much here. Let's just do a mine. Let's clear that. Let's clear that. And then this... Yeah, let's just put a hydroponics farm down there. Alright, so there's that. And then also, let's come back here. Oh yeah, we definitely need to upgrade here. Had a feeling. Really wish there was an upgrade all button. Let's go ahead and build a Xeno Zoo. That's going to provide us some extra unity at some point, and let's clear that tile as well. Didn't even realize we had an uncleared tile. This would best be served by taking it to physics. So we're still in a bit of a physics deficit, but things have improved in that regard. All right. We're at the point where we've got science ships out on every frontier, and leaving the game running just means things will constantly be happening. So yes, I am pausing the game a little bit more than usual. All right, Zarmaton Urba is being colonized right now, which will make colonizing these other worlds that much easier. Okay, so it looks like we found a nice mining planet. Let's see, which one should I colonize first? Looks like Com 2 should be colonized. Let's go ahead and queue that up. It's only going to take 30 influence. I'm going to colonize it with humans. And I like... there or there? A lot of energy from the world if we put it here, but still a lot of energy if we put it here. As well as science. Yeah, let's put it there. There's more of a diversity. So this is a tundra world. So again, this is going to be... What is this? Pruini? Okay, so now we're going to have that colonized, and those should be pretty easy as well in the coming episodes to get those locked down.
Construction complete. Research complete. Tile blocker cleared.
All right, so we've researched Uplift. We can still add another core system. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It's going to take 7 months. We need to be able to clear glaciers. Kind of an important step for some of our new colonists.
In progress. Construction complete.
Nice. Definitely lots of new colonies. It's really going to boost our economy a lot.
Construction complete.
Okay, because of all the new colonizing, though, we are losing energy credits. It's not a huge deal. Okay, so the Polysimus Order has a science ship out here, interestingly enough.
Complete. System survey.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, did I not just send out a colony ship? Okay, it's already on its way. Nice. That was built quickly. I was looking at here, like, I was just looking in this direction thinking it hasn't been built yet. What's going on? So it's on its way to Com. And then I kind of want to go ahead and colonize Avalon. Let's do it. This is a desert world. Oh, we don't quite have enough influence for it yet. Whoa, what happened here? What happened here? Oh, wait. No. Hang on. So we lost influence from both one throne group. Okay, damn. Yeah, we actually don't have, since we have sectors that don't have governors, this faction is less happy. So we lost influence. Now we are running a few edicts, and also we have inefficient planet management right now. So that's the main issue. Let's go ahead and just... We should be able to... Yeah, that might be the problem. I don't know why. Oh, it did pop up. Okay, I didn't see that pop up, and I was like, okay, why is this happening? And I wasn't even seeing that. Okay, sorry. Didn't notice. Let's go ahead and start a new sector here. And what are we going to call it? All right, so influence is back up to +2. Still not perfect, but let's scroll down and take a look here. Now, this is going to be... Should we go with geography? I don't know. Maybe I kind of want to abandon geography again and do something a little bit different. People have been saying that I need to establish the Britannia sector. Not just yet. We're not quite that far away. Remember, Britain is far away from Rome. Let's do... Aquitania. Alright, so we've got that building up, and then we're going to have a new colony there, and it looks like a tomb world, which we can't colonize those yet, but good God, we have so much to do. Close, and now let's go ahead and queue up a ton of orders, because we have just... Wasn't holding down shift. There we go. Looks like they're already building to a certain extent. Yeah, this ship here is already doing some building there. That's fine by me. So then you need to come over here and start improving the stuff in our new sector. Looks like we've got some terraforming liquids there as well. Not bad at all. All right, we definitely have some new sectors going. Also, I just need to colonize some additional worlds out here when I have the influence for it. Ooh, check this out. 80%. Well, that's 80% from... Okay, we need 55 influence to colonize that. This is 80% habitability to the Gurite. And of course, droids as well. We have the option of building droids. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. And in the next one, we are going to continue expanding these new sectors. We're going to connect this sector to our borders at long last. And actually, I want to try and keep expanding peacefully in this direction, because so far I haven't run into any indication that there are aliens out here. And if we can lock down this much of the galaxy early on, that's going to put us in a really good position. Let's take a quick look at the 10 Drakians. They're still superior to us in technology, but once we have cleared that fortress, that will not be as much of a problem. And we're getting close to a point where we're going to be able to do that. So tell you what, before I end this episode, let's go ahead and queue up some additional ships. Classis Ravenus now needs to become a rally point. Actually, no, we'll just leave Earth as the rally point, but I want to move Classis Missinensis away. Alright, now you come here. Alright, this is going to reduce our energy income substantially while these ships move around. Chemical Bliss. Or Biolabs. Or Slave Army. Or Galactic Stock Exchange. Didn't see that. Let's go ahead and do that. 27 months away, and our empire will have 10% more energy credit, so that'll help with the energy problem. Now, let's go ahead and queue up. Nope, pause. Let's go ahead and queue up some additional ships before I cut the episode. So, Classis Ravenus has 5 Augustus, 10 Trajan, and 20 Justinian class. So maybe we're not going to add more destroyers, but we do want to double the number of battleships and cruisers in this fleet, as well as add some corvettes maybe to both fleets, but not just yet. So again, that's Augustus, Trajan, and Justinian. Good. So okay. I guess what I'll do is I'll do 10. And yes, I'm building them all in one place. We're not going to be rushing into battle anytime soon, so that should be okay. But I'm going to get those building in the next episode, as well as continue colonizing in this direction as soon as we can build up influence to do it, which is turning into a bit of a tall order. Let's take a look at our edicts really quickly before I end as well and see if there's anything that might be worth turning off. This I could potentially turn off soonish because we're not using it as much. Sorry, I'm having a bunch of last-minute thoughts. Set rights. Our income is definitely such that we could switch to social welfare for humans. Let's go ahead and do that. So Romans now are using more consumer goods, which is going to reduce our mineral income. But, and you can see there, actually, does it affect our energy too? No, just our mineral income, you can see. Another 10% happier, which is quite nice. Anyway, we're 31 minutes in. I keep finding new things to do, and I'll never stop if I don't stop myself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are still coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.